a victory for the good people of Nasarawa State.
We believe that the Supreme Court will do justice in the cases where we recorded temporary setbacks.
Even those that have won the elections don't have peace of mind, and those that have lost also no peace, because their stay in office or otherwise is at the mercy of the jurists. Just a few days ago was the turn of David of the PDP to smile in Nasarawa State as the tribunal okayed him as the governor. But that smile has expired yesterday, as the appeal court says Abdullahi Sule is the authentic governor of Nasarawa State. Who will smile last at the Supreme Court? This question is not just for the people of Nasarawa State, but also for Plateau, Kano, and few others that may follow. For me, what do I know than to tell you what the courts are saying? I am Mie Ogidi, as we bring you another loaded package to make your weekend politically delighting and productive. You are welcome. The Court of Appeal sitting in Abuja has upheld the election of Abdullahi Sule as the duly elected governor of Nasarawa State. The three-man panel of justices in the unanimous verdict reversed the decision of the Nasarawa State Governorship Election Petition Tribunal, which sacked Governor Sule in a verdict delivered on October 2nd, 2023.
The matter of this appeal is the verdict of the Nasarawa State Election Petition Tribunal, which sacked Abdullahi Sule of the APC as the governor of the state. In its verdict, the appellate court held by the tribunal, headed by Justice Ezekiel Ajayi, acted in error in using witness statement on oath not front-loaded as required by law to arrive at the conclusion of nullifying the election of the governor. The Court of Appeal held that the tribunal was legally bound to add unwitnessed statements. The court also held that no petition can lawfully be amended outside the 21 days allowed by law, as wrongly done by the tribunal.
Victory is one that comes with lots of excitement, and it comes with lots of relief.
Happily, this is not the final court in this matter. We already have instructions to test the decisions that have been rendered this afternoon, and we have already swung into action.
The Court of Appeal reserved all orders made against the governor, Independent National Electoral Commission, and affirmed Abdullahi Sule as a duly elected governor of Nasarawa State.
Victory that we have today is a victory for the good people of Nasarawa State. I want to call on them that if they truly love Nasarawa State, this is the time for them to come and partner with us.
In Abuja, Umenka Mrachuku, NTA News.
The PDP Governors Forum says it has reviewed the recent judgments of the Court of Appeal concerning governors of various states and noted mixed feelings on the outcomes. This was part of resolutions of the forum's meeting held in Abuja.
4 PDP governors and 3 deputies formed a quorum in the meeting out of 13 of them. They deliberated on various issues behind closed doors and again restated confidence in the judiciary to do justice in the election cases at the Supreme Court.
We believe that the Supreme Court will do justice in the cases where we recorded temporary setbacks, like Zamfara and Plateau states.
The meeting also reviewed the off-season elections in Kogi, Bayelsa and Imo states, supporting the decision of INEC to investigate the allegation of existence of pre-filled result sheets even before elections started in some places to ensure the confidence of the people in the electoral process.
Yes, we know we are in the opposition, but certainly we believe in the corporate existence of this nation as a federation, and we believe in good governance.
On the national economy, the meeting urgently requested the federal government to prioritize the introduction of a new revenue allocation formula that gives more money to states and local governments to enable them meet their increased responsibilities.
We just got this from a judiciary desk that is just 2 or 3 minutes ago, that the Court of Appeal Abuja has dismissed an appeal filed by Isa Ashiru of the PDP challenging Governor Uba Sani's victory and affirmed by the Kaduna State Governorship Election Petition Tribunal. That is, let me tell you again, that report just reaching us says the Court of Appeal has ruled in favor of the APC governor of Kaduna State, Uba Sani, as earlier filed by the PDP governorship candidate for that election. So developments coming in from the court, and we are still waiting for that of Kebbi State. Joining me in the studio is member APC the Director General APC Initiative for Good Governance, Ambassador Musa Soken. I always call him the young ambassador. You are welcome to Political Update.
Thank you for having me.
Just before we entered the studio, you asked whether there is any update about the appeal court ruling on Kaduna State. Obviously, you have an interest there. And while we are taking that report of the PDP Governors Forum, our reporter Bode Arawa just sent this to us that the Court of Appeal Abuja dismisses appeal filed by Isa Ashiru of the PDP challenging Governor Uba Sani's victory, affirmed by the Kaduna State Governorship Election Petition Tribunal. So let's just speak briefly on that. How do you react to some of these judgments coming from the appeal court? Bear in mind that we still have the Supreme Court to contend with us. The PDP governors are having some hope in the Supreme Court that things may turn in their favor. So far is all the way for APC at the appeal court. What is your reaction?
Well, I want to warmly congratulate His Excellency Uba Sani, the governor of Kaduna State. When there is deflation in the judicial system, there's no hope for a common man. But when there is justice, actually the justice is going to take the order of the day. Good governance entails people to support the government of the day, as well as articulate their interest in exercising their rights, as well as mediating their differences. The victory is to concretize the judicial system, and we are very much hopeful in the judicial system as it's there to work out and see that justice is done to a common man. The will of the people is expressed.
Obviously, Uba Sani is your friend, because you just have this smile since when I was even reading that kind of breaking news. But what is your appeal also to other parties, so that, sometimes when declarations like this, judgments like this are passed, we have this kind of political instability, kind of pockets of violence. What advice will you give to the people of Kaduna after the judgment?
Well, equitability in the justice is for a common man, is for everybody. So when a case is not on your favor, in whichsoever way, you have to, see the state first. We are all there to contribute in any way to see that the good things reach out to masses. Whenever one is not able to make it in the election, he still have a part to contribute immensely to the economic growth and economic development of his state and the country at large. So we are calling on all aggrieved parties that doesn't make it in the tribunal to exercise high level of steadfastness and to see the state as their #1 priority.
Okay, thank you. Just the situation in Kano too is not that pleasant after all these court-related issues, because let's say this report, a journey of 4 years has just covered 6 months with a promising roadmap to change the nation's socio-economic and political narratives through the renewed hope agenda. While the Tinubu's presidency settles for governance, the proscribed amalgamated support groups is planning a protest this Friday, that is today. The Confederation of APC support groups says must be stopped.
Elections have come and gone, and for those steering the wheel to Nigeria's destiny, it is now time for promise made to be kept. This is what the Tinubu's presidency symbolizes. But distraction seems to be in sight as planned protest by the proscribed amalgamated APC support groups over alleged sideline is now gathering momentum.
The tendencies for gaining positions in the federal appointments or reward system is premised on desperate and negative perspectives of the do-or-die syndrome. In the same vein, the proscribed amalgamated has again slated Friday 24th of November 2023 for another ill-advised protest.
Now the Confederation of APC support groups says the Tinubu's administration has showed commitment to solve more than 70% of Nigeria's challenges and should not be distracted. In Abuja, Abubakar Akwanga, NTA News.
The governing All Progressives Congress, APC, Kano Stakeholders Forum has demanded for security reinforcement over what it describes as an attempt to murder the existing peace in the ancient commercial city. The security alert was served during a media briefing at the party's national secretariat in Abuja.
Recently, Kano State made headlines in the media following layers of judgment delivered by the Governorship Tribunal and the Appellate Court, and the latest release of controversial certified true copy of the Appellate Court judgment raises threat capable of undermining the peaceful atmosphere in Kano.
The APC as a party that has always been promoting the cause of democracy and the rule of law, rejected the outcome of the election and sought to reclaim its mandate through the appropriate channel as laid down in the Electoral Act.
This is now prompting alleged protests by members of the new Nigerian People's Party, which the forum believes should be interrogated to secure the state and its environs.
We have it from reliable sources that they are planning a mass protest on Saturday, during which key figures of the APC will be targeted. Call duty agencies to be alive to their responsibilities and take appropriate measures to avoid loss of lives and properties.
The Stakeholders Forum says the APC plans to hold a mega peaceful rally on Saturday to drive home a message of decency, discipline and decorum under a democratic system. In Abuja, Abubakar Akwanga, NTA News.
I still have with me the young ambassador, that is the Director General APC Initiative for Good Governance, Ambassador Musa Sokin. But before I bring you to the discussion, exactly 10 minutes after 10 this morning, the Kano State Police Command has banned all forms of political gatherings. The command advises residents to remain law-abiding and avoid creating unnecessary tension, while assuring residents of its resolve to secure lives and property. The command said it will also deal decisively with troublemakers. The statement released in Kano State urged people to go about their normal businesses. So, Ambassador, what is happening in the party, especially in Kano State?
Well, political instability is a cox in the national development of every nation. So, as a member of every political party, if you actually, your aim is to see that you effect a positive change in the life of your people, you must have to stand firmly to defend and to see that there is peaceful coexistence among the people of all diverse political parties to ensure a peaceful atmosphere where business will strive and all socio-political activities will take place in the manner that everybody will live peacefully. But in the other hand, where other people think if everything is not on their favor, the whole country or the whole state will go ablast, that is not affirmative.
Who is not favored there, sorry?
Well, you know, the NPP there thought they should be in the helms of affairs. But initially, there is a kind of what I may call deflation in the electoral, prejudice, and the court are there, the judicial system are there. in order to ensure that justice is done to every party. That is why the justice system is there.
Okay, now the Confederation of APC support groups and the ones that your party has proscribed, as it were. But let's also come to you. This is your family. Within the APC, we still have, departments and let's say directorates rather, and you belong to a very sensitive one as well, the APC Initiative for Good Governance. You were quite, very visible before the elections. Now that your party has won, I think your template will be changed from that of support to assisting the government to achieve its renewed hope agenda. What plans does the APC Initiative for Good Governance has to offer so that the renewed hope agenda can be achieved?
APC Initiative for Good Governance, as the name implies, is a support group that is made up of technocrats and people of high integrity, people who have discipline in several areas of endeavor. We have professors in different areas of endeavor, professors in law, professors of medicine, professors of economics, and several others. We have clusters of wings that is triggered towards ensuring that we support the Renew Hope agenda. And it is our belief that governance is a kind of conglomeration of the activities of all individuals and citizenry to ensure that something good come to the common man. So we have clusters of individuals who are ever ready to contribute immensely to the development of this country, and we're actually making progress towards that direction.
Before even this morning too, I spoke with one of your members, one professor of economics, all the way from the United States of America, and probably is he also in Nigeria for similar mission as you just told us?
Yeah, Professor Kayode Familoni.
Yes, exactly.
He's a professor for economics,
yeah.
and he's a renowned professor of economics not only in Nigeria, but he has contributed also in the world of economics worldwide. And we have several of them, like Professor of Good Governance and corporate governance, Professor Michael Ekulaputi, and we have Professor Mohamed Yelwa, who's also a professor of economics. We have Professor Joseph Ibi, he's a professor of economics, and we have so many other professors that are, well-grounded, are well-seated to ensure that they contributed immensely to this Renew Hope agenda. So it is our belief and our mission that all hands must be on decks to ensure that this Renew Hope agenda comes to fruition. So, and we will not relent until we ensure that the positive things reach the common man, where they will fully be liberated from the hardship that is encountered during the subsidy removal. And the government of His Excellency President Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu is doing a lot by, effecting some program and policies that is going to change the narratives.
Okay, before the elections, your party, it's always good we take a journey to yesterday so that it will be easier for us to plan for the future, probably tomorrow. So what were some of the challenges that you encountered prior to the general elections, especially, your initiative?
Well, like in every other struggle, there are challenges. In order to effect what you want to achieve, one founding is there, and the routine of day in, day out activities in galvanizing support, canvassing support to ensure that your candidate win, you must have to face challenges. And that challenges is not to weaken you, but to rather strengthen you.
Yeah.
Like myself, I had accident 3 times. The last one I had was in opposite CBN. I was going, all of a sudden, the next thing I will hear is a kind of a sound that made me went deaf, and my car somersaulted. But to the glory of God, I came out, even though the car is completely damaged, but I came out safe. So these are some of the challenges. The founding, if you are dedicated to something, you want to make sure that it happens, you have to devote all your time, your resources, and whatsoever you have to put in there to make sure that it becomes a success. And they say, there's a popular adage that says, desire achieved is joyful to the heart. Today, His Excellency Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the President of Nigeria, alongside his able Vice President, Kashim Shettima. So we are very hopeful. We have very serious people in the affairs of this governance. We have people like His Excellency Senator Dr. George Akume, who have transcended in several areas of discipline, and it's our belief that his experience gained will be translated to ensure that this government have the best for the masses of this country. We have several other ministers, the Minister of Health, Minister of Interior, and several others, humanitarian, and all other ministers, the Minister of FCT, and several others of that capacity who are in this government to ensure that the Renew Hope agenda comes to fruition. So our joy is that we have the best pilots on board. And by the special grace of God, the experiencing of hardship now is temporary, and it's global. It's globally. It's not only in Nigeria.
Right.
But by the special grace of God, we are going to surmount all these challenges, and Nigeria will be the best country, not only in Africa, but even in the other
Let me just take this and come to your closing thoughts, because former INEC chairman, Professor Aitairu Jiga, says Nigeria's voter register is the best in Africa, although not perfect. This was at a national policy roundtable on improving the integrity of Nigeria's voter register held in Abuja.
Nigeria's more than 93.4 million voter register is believed to be Africa's largest database of registered voters deployed for 4 general elections, 2011 to 2023. In the last 12 years, the INEC undertook updates and cleanup exercises of the voter register. Despite these efforts, the credibility and accuracy of the voter register remain a key concern for most electoral stakeholders. Yaga Africa convened this roundtable towards addressing the problem.
We feel the best way to address this problem is to facilitate conversations about how to improve the integrity of our voters register.
Former INEC chairman Professor Tahiru Jega agreed with stakeholders that Nigeria's voter register is in dire need of cleanup, even in the face of the steady growth being made.
Many of the challenges with Nigeria's register of voters are associated with what can be called the human factor. So addressing this human factor will go a long way in improving the integrity of the register, because they are caused by either inefficient, ineffective, careless, uninformed, or compromised work of registration and the other INEC officials, and or the attitude, disposition, and reckless engagement of some politicians with the electoral process.
The roundtable identified duplications, deceased voters, multiple registrations, errors, and the inclusion of ineligible registrants on the voter register as areas of concern. Timothy Yusuf, NTA News.
Right, much we can take on today's edition on political updates. Remember to join us again the same time, the same station by Tuesday next week for a fresh package. But remember that Governor Ubasani of Kaduna State has won at the appeal court, and while in Kano, the state police command has disbanded all forms of protest following some planned protests by a proscribed group in APC. My guest, thank you for being with us always. Andy, to join us anytime we call you, the young ambassador, as I fondly call you. Thank you, and I wish you the best of the weekend offerings. Thank you very much, and congratulations once again to Engineer Sule of Nasarawa State. And that of,